Arts with segment star Anne-Marie Villicana, and I think everybody is into Shakespeare.
Well, he certainly stood the test of time. Anne-Marie introduces us to Ben Donnenberg, founder of the Shakespeare Center of Los Angeles. Take it away, Anne-Marie.
Hi, Mary and Derek. Ben Donnenberg has worked with some of the biggest names in entertainment through his Shakespeare Center of Los Angeles. Names like Tom Hanks, Rita Wilson, and many more. Ben, you're such a good friend of mine. How in the world did this whole Shakespeare Festival and Shakespeare begin?
Well, it's about 32 years old now. And you know, when I first moved to Los Angeles, I was living in downtown Los Angeles in the lofts. And I had started a little theater company at a bar called Al's Bar.
I remember Al's Bar.
Yep, and as part of, it's now the Loft District and the Arts District in downtown LA. And we thought it would be really cool if Los Angeles, just as New York did, had a big Shakespeare festival, because they didn't have one at that time. And I had performed at the New York Shakespeare Festival, so me and a bunch of pals from Al's Bar just decided we'd start a Shakespeare company. And it's been running like crazy ever since.
So let me fill everybody in, because you and I have a special history. We both started as students in 301G philosophy at USC.
Right.
And I remember you told me that you wanted to be the Joe Paps of Los Angeles.
Right.
And you started inviting me to some of these different Shakespeare things. And
Yeah.
so we went to Al's Bar, watched you in the back room. It was kind of
Right.
like a speakeasy.
It was a play called Starship Shakespeare.
Right.
I put together Shakespeare with all the characters from Star Trek on a starship.
That's right, you were a big fan of Star Trek.
Star Trek, and I put it in the future on a ship, and everybody spoke in iambic pentameter and did all kinds of crazy things. We had a rapier and pie fight at the end of that show. It was
How about the drive-in drama?
We did drive-in drama in the parking lot. Yeah, people saw Tommy the Toxic Waste Monster consume people in a strip mall, and then they had to flash their lights and honk their horns.
That's right, I remember honking my
to kill
horn.
the monster at the end of
And then
the
I
show.
remember you started doing Shakespeare in the parks. We were down in Pershing Square.
Right.
And we had to sit amongst all the homeless people and bring
Yep.
cans of food for them.
That's right. Yeah, we did a whole thing where we would. I was working for Mrs. Gershwin then,
That's
and
right.
she underwrote the creation of the Shakespeare company.
Weren't you chronicling
I was
Mr.
chronically,
Gershwin's
yeah,
music?
Ira and George's music in scrapbooks. And Mrs. Gershwin gave me her checkbook and said, write yourself a check to start a Shakespeare company. So we did it down in Pershing Square because Pershing Square was really in bad shape, and we wanted to help turn it around.
And you did. Look at all the things you helped change.
Yeah, the city gave us a stage, and that's when we started collecting food for the needy, and then the Vons companies jumped in and started matching all the food we collected. We've collected over $2 million worth of food for families in need.
It's incredible. And then tell a little bit about Willpower for the youth. Do you still do that?
Yeah, that's 26 years old now. Right after the riots in Los Angeles, the city came to us and said, are there things that you can do for the kids who are really disaffected and acting out and angry? And we went into East Los Angeles to Father Craig Boyle's place, and we interviewed kids and asked them what they wanted. We went to Nickerson Gardens and we interviewed kids there and asked them what they wanted. And both communities said, the kids said they wanted jobs. So we created a youth jobs program
Having them recite Shakespeare.
where they study Shakespeare and then rewrite it in their own vernacular and put on their own productions. And that program brought the First Lady down to our building, and it's been a transformational program for the young people because it's the first job they have. Their high school graduation rates skyrocket once they go through.
You mentioned the First Lady. You were also on the National Arts Council, right?
Yep, National Council for the Arts, overseeing the National Endowment.
And that's really incredible. And then now, aren't you also doing something with veterans?
Our Veterans in Art program, that came from being on the National Council. While I was on the National Council, we became very sensitive to a lot of the issues that the veterans were confronting when they came home. And I was actually, for a week and a half, given an opportunity to pretend I was a two-star general. The Department of Defense put me in.
You're a good actor.
Yeah, right.
You're an incredible person, and I'm so delighted you're my friend. And well, I'm just delighted everybody's getting a chance to experience William Shakespeare through you, Ben Donnenberg.
Thank you, Anne-Marie.
So thank you so much, and back to you, Mary and Derek, and I hope that all of you get a chance to witness some of the Shakespeare that Ben Donnenberg and the Shakespeare Center produce. Thank you.
That's it for now. Thanks to Derek Giorgino, Lisa Stewart, Melanie Wise, Anne-Marie Villicana, and Ben Donnenberg.
Thanks also to the CCN Sunrise crew and the entire Crown City News team. And of course, we want to thank our sponsors, including Foothill Transit, EH Financial, East San Gabriel Valley ROP, Color Dots, the Smile Agency, and Got Global Consultants, San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership. They all make our show possible.
Yes, and don't forget to visit us on CCN, CrownCityNews.com, the Crown City News YouTube channel, our CCN and CCN Sunrise Twitter and Facebook, and KVMD Saturday 6 a.m., Sundays 5 a.m. See you next time.